Hey everyone, it's Brian with GreyWolf Towers. I guess today I'm going to be a talking head. No, just kidding. I'll clear off some of this in a second here. Still limited on space because of the upcoming move. Scheduled for sometime in October, so hopefully by November, new videos that are made after that, which there'll be a little bit of the old ones still coming out, but hopefully the new ones filmed after November will have a much nicer setup than this. So this is a Cooler Master case. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing of a Cooler Master case at all. This is the Masterbox Lite 5. There's also a Pro 5. So this one is a little bit lower end. This one's about 50-60 bucks range as opposed to the $90-ish range that the Pro is. So on the side it says the Masterbox Lite 5 has been re-engineered from the beginning. We have been creating more space to support the latest graphics cards and have included a 2-chamber design for better cooling performance. With the added color trims, you can customize your front bezel to match your entire setup. Choose your style. And I thought that was kind of cool, so that's kind of why I went with this one over some of the others in the same price range. That, and I've never used a Cooler Master computer case, so I figured, hey. Alright. I can feel the static electricity from these, so yeah. Alright, so inside the styrofoam, not inside the case like most of them come with, is the warranty and instructions for the case to do everything. I do notice that on the bottom where the vent for the power supply is, there is a filter on it. It's not as nice as some like NZXTs or Thermaltakes, but it is still nice. So on the front is a nice glossy, but mostly like it's blackened, but it's somewhat see-through, so like RGB fans and stuff will be able to see through it. So it's got some future, openings there, so you can do that. It seems to be solid except for the bottom and the top. Those are the only spots that seem to have any airflow. So I don't expect that it's going to have a lot of airflow. I'm going to say it's going to probably be on the weaker side, so I'm going to load it up with the max fans. This particular case only has 4 mountings for fans. One on the rear, which is the exhaust, and it does come with that fan. And then there's 3 slots on the front for up to 320mm fans. I believe you can also do 2 140mm fans, but I don't usually use 140s for anything except for the radiators on all-in-ones, and I rarely use those, so I think I've done 3 in the past year. So it does have an acrylic, so it's plastic, not glass, side panel. My trusty little screwdriver here. So I've started using this power driver instead of doing it by hand on some stuff because like I've said before, my hands aren't holding up like they used to. And so it's nice to have a little bit of extra help getting those screws off. So no plastic on the inside, but it does have little rubber pieces on it so that it doesn't like smack into it as it vibrates. There is a cover on the outside to keep it scratch free. So little box of all the screws and things like that. Oh, nope, not screws. These are the front panel pieces. So there's 2 sets in here. One is just black, one is just white, and then there's the ones that are on it by default, which on this case at least it was red. So you can see the little bit of red right here and down here. And so you can change those pieces out with the included pieces, so you don't have to buy them separate or have them mailed. Looks like it's got plenty of space to build in, so it's got plenty of room. It looks like it's capable of a full-sized ATX. It can also do micro ATX or even a mini ITX. It does have 1 included fan on the rear. I believe it's just a black fan, like a standard fan. I don't think it's got any RGB to it. There is a little tray in here for an SSD. Like I said, 3 spots on the front for fans, and then as well up here for the front you've got the power button, reset button, You've got mic and headphone jacks, and it's got 2 USB 3 ports. No USB 2 ports, so it's kind of a little disappointing there. But on the same note, I mean, honestly, most people are using 3.0 anyway or better, and so having the 3.0 ports is more useful than 2.0, and I'd rather have them. So, but you've got, looks like 7 or so expansion slots, so it's plenty of room for expandability for graphics cards. So that shouldn't be any problem there. So let's go ahead and put this back on so we don't lose anything. Now with acrylic, I mean, same thing with glass, with tempered glass, but the acrylic I think is a little more sensitive than the tempered glass is. So with these, I highly recommend that you be careful if you do use a power screwdriver. Don't want to go too tight, just let it go onto like a basic little, I've got mine set to a 1 on sensitivity, and that way once it catches, it stops, it won't, you know. So, and then let's check out the other side here. So 2 screws for this side. I'm really hoping that there's a good amount of space for cable management. So we take this side off, and actually it looks very spacious back here. So looks like a decent amount of space for the power supply. We can probably stash a few cables back here, but not a whole lot. Here are the screws and things like that, so that'll be nice. Looks like it's even got a couple of longer screws for stuff, so I'll have to see what's, you know, what they had in mind for those. And it's got 2 trays in here for 3.5-inch drives, so there's that. And so I'll let you all see this here. There you go. So you've got the drive bays here for the 3.5-inch. You've got the power supply bay, which is accessible through screws back here, so it'll mount to the power supply, and then these will hold it in place. And then on the other side, on the inside, right up here, is where there's a SSD slot. It looks like there's a spot for a second one of them, but they didn't include the little sled for it. And like I said, there's 3 fan openings on the front and 1 on the back, and there's none on the top at all. And then there's the vent on the bottom for the power supply. So airflow is probably going to be a little more of an issue than on a lot of other cases, but overall I think it'll be pretty nice. And I think it'll come in great for the Ryzen 3 system that I have planned for this one. I plan on doing a Ryzen 3 2200G with a dedicated graphics card, and we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm expecting probably to do a 1060 on it. I think that'd come in handy. So yeah, that's today's video. Just a little view of the Cooler Master Box Lite 5, and maybe one of these days we'll buy the Pro version. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to keep up on our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see our new videos as they get released. And as always, leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of this particular case, of the channel, any questions you have for myself, things along those lines. So I hope you all have a great day. Bye.